The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
There was a person, Lo Yaleinu, who had lost a child in the neighborhood. The child's name was Yonatan. And unfortunately, he got sick quite young and he died as a kid. A number of months later, someone in the exact same apartment building had a new baby. And one of the grandfathers who had been nifter not too long ago, his name was Yonatan. And the young couple wanted to know, is there any bad mazel in naming the child Yonatan when someone in the building died young, whose name is Yonatan? Maybe it's a bad mazel to go and impose a name on a child when clearly someone in that building had a terrible result having this same name. Shlomo Zalman thought for a second and told the person, indeed, you should refrain from using the name Yonatan. And if you can, you should try to choose a different name. The young couple acquiesced. They walked out the door and they moved on with their day. One of the students of Rabbi Shlomo Zalman was standing by, and he expressed surprise at the psak of his Rebbe. Said this Talmud to his Rebbe, I don't understand. I know from your previous derech that this is not your style. You don't usually attribute much to this type of mazel, where you have someone in the building who suffered some tragedy, that all of a sudden there's like a certain omen that's imposed on the building. That's not your type, it's not your style. Why would you paskin that they can't name the name Yonatan just because someone in the building died young? And Rabbi Shlomo Zalman looked at him with a smile and he said, you're right. It's not my style. And my psak had nothing to do with the mazel of the building. Why did I tell this couple not to name the name Yonatan to this new baby when a child in the building died young with that same name? It was because I was being concerned with the feelings of this young mother suffering from the loss of her child. The searing pain of losing a child named Yonatan. And then having a different child in the building with the same name Yonatan. Having to hear every single day someone calling out, Yonatan, come up for supper. Or stop fighting with your brother Yonatan. And every single time this young grieving mother would hear that name, it would be another dagger in her heart. Triggering the trauma of losing that Yonatan, that precious baby, that precious young child that she lost not too long ago. Said Rabbi Shlomo Zalman, the psak had nothing to do with mazel. It was about this woman's feelings. It was about the sensitivity of a young woman who lost her son Yonatan, and now would have to relive that trauma and that pain and that sorrow on a daily basis. That's what we're talking about when we talk about sensitivity to another Yid's feelings.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org